Hey everyone, welcome back to the newest podcast in alcoholism, While You Were Drinking. Just a reminder that while you're here, you might as well like and subscribe. And if you're feeling extra affectionate towards us, go ahead and rate and review, positive stuff only. Also, you can check out our other show. It's Two Blind Mice, where we pour each other things and we guess what the other person poured. You can follow us on Instagram at whileyouweredrinkingpodcast. You can also find us personally at Shae_Lee and Curtis.Inman. And if you really want to get in touch with us, you can send us an email. It's whileyouweredrinkingpodcast@gmail.com. We might try to shorten it because that's kind of long, but that's how you can reach us now.
We're committed.
We're committed. All right, and that's it. On with the show.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, and welcome back to QAnon Weekly. I'm Q, she's E, and this is your weekly... No, wait, wrong podcast.
Oh,
sorry. But seriously, welcome back to While You Were Drinking. This is a new day. A new day for me and a new day for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm totally lost myself now once I brought up Q and my mind just wandered. So now I'm already like on 4chan in my brain.
You've joined a cult.
Yes, I'm storming the Capitol as we speak. Crazy times we live in. Just when we thought 2020 was over, here comes 2021 saying hold my beer.
It's just 2020 2.0.
Yeah, 2021 1 1 1. All right. Well, welcome back to the show. We have a lot of exciting stuff to talk about today. We teased how we met last week. We'll probably start there. But before we do that, let's get a drink.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
You want to go or you want me to go?
I'll go first. Come
All
on.
right.
All right. Oh,
no. I'll go first. Because we were prepared.
Hey, last time my wine got warm and I was like, I'm just going to leave it in the fridge until we're ready to start. And It's still in the fridge.
And then mistakes were made. Oh, wait, I don't need this. I'm done watching TV. All right. Well, I am drinking the High West Distillery's Bourye. It is...
Bourye? Bourye.
Don't bourye me. It's actually a blend of bourbon and rye. I think... As far as I know, High West is still a NDP. I don't think they actually produce any of their own alcohol. But it's out of Utah. They're amazing blenders. This is the 2019 blend, batch 19L10, for those whiskey nerds who care. But it's a really unique blend of like bourbon and rye. You get like these really cool like maple notes. It kind of tastes like, if you've ever been to IHOP, like their fruit flavored syrups. Mm-hmm. It kind of tastes and smell a lot like that actually.
Like which one?
It's really
blueberry,
interesting.
Butter pecan?
Gozenberry.
Ooh.
That's a thing, right?
I think it was gooseberry.
Goes in you.
Is it gozen?
I don't know. It made me think of New Girl. Goes in you.
Goes in you.
Goes in me? No, goes in you.
Goes in you. All right. I am drinking this now very chilled because it's been in the fridge. Aveleda Fonte Vihno Verde. Vihno Verde is probably one of my favorite varieties of wine because it's always so consistent. It's always light. It's always kind of limey and crisp. And those are the kinds of things that I like in a drinking wine.
Mm-hmm. It's green, right?
It's green.
Green grape.
Yeah.
Green grape.
Vihno Verde, literally green wine.
The green one.
This one's got a nice kind of like green yellow color.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you hold like when the light hits it just right, it actually kind of almost looks like,
especially
like
in
a light green color
in the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Now I think in the glass itself it's a little more clear, but I think pale is the word wine people use.
Yes, you mean you people.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, very limey.
Yeah.
Super
What's it smell
tart.
like?
Green apples, like Granny Smith apples.
Break down the nose for me.
I just really
Just
stick my nose in the glass.
Getting fresh granny apples.
I don't have one of those wine smelling noses. My nose is kind of a little closer to my face. It's not very long. It's a little like flatter. It's an Asian nose.
Button nose, right? Isn't that what it's called? Or it's like
so.
cute and pushy.
Yeah, I feel like mine's not quite that.
Because you just want to push it.
Is that what you look when you look at my face? Do you want to push my nose constantly?
Just push your nose through the back of your skull.
All right, weirdo.
With love.
I want to push it with love.
All right.
Oh yeah. Crispy.
Yeah, right up your alley. Crispy and fresh. See, I can't get into white wine.
Yeah.
Like I can do red wine, especially like in the winter. But in the summer, like wine just goes completely off my radar.
Yeah. I used to be more of a, red wine in the winter, rosé and white wine in the summer, but recently I've just been on a huge white wine rosé kick, just period. I think
rosé all day.
Oh yeah, rosé all day. Except for not like the sweet stuff. It has to be
something
almost
a little bit
dry. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we really need to up our like cheesy alcohol taglines game. Like if we're going to be a drinking themed podcast, like we definitely need to have like some lame ass taglines like rosé all day, rosé all day. I don't know.
Merlot for hoes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So leave your best lame alcohol tagline in the comments below. And if we like them, we'll adopt them.
Yeah, give us some fodder for our podcast.
Yes. Unlike the cat we never got. We did not adopt.
Not yet. We haven't even gone to look at cats.
There's a reason for that.
Okay, how we met.
Yes, how did we meet?
You teased it last episode.
I did.
So do you want to start it out again since you left us on the cliffhanger?
Sure. And I guess it was me that discovered you in a way.
Yeah.
So here in Baltimore, we have a mutual friend who used to host these trivia nights, and was how I initially met him. So I followed him on Instagram, and then maybe end of 2018, I noticed one of his friends on his channel, I guess.
Yeah,
his
platforms.
His page all the time. Apparently they were besties. This like beautiful bald woman who just like, for whatever reason, just like entranced me. And so I did the full tilt Instagram stalking as one does. Gave her the old follow and like, the like train, where you like follow somebody new and then you like 5 or 6 photos all at once so that it shows up as like a wall on their notifications. That's how you get noticed out here.
Yeah. So you did that. And then I think
you followed me back.
I think I left it alone for a little. I think I looked at you and was like, were you private? I don't remember.
No, I've never been private.
So I remember looking at your page and going like, like I don't really know him. We don't really have, too many mutual friends in common, but
yeah, which is odd for you.
It is odd for me.
In this area.
Yeah.
Having grown up here.
And having just been around, I know a lot of people and people who are active on social media. Typically I've heard of them at least, or I have someone who knows them. I think I looked at your page and I kind of was like, oh, he's cute. And then I think I followed you maybe like a few days later. I don't know what my hesitation was. Maybe I just didn't want to seem too eager, or maybe I didn't want to.
Scared of the beard.
Hardly. Just a beard curtain your mic. Yeah, I think, and then I think maybe like a week or so passed and I slid into your DMs.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And do you remember the post? What was it?
It was food related.
I think you responded to one of my stories, right?
Yeah, and it was definitely food related. It was either steaks or like donuts. I don't remember which one.
I think it was donuts. That sounds right.
Yeah. Or was it steaks? Because it would have been right after Christmas and your mom always gets you Porter Road gifts.
That's true.
Gift cards.
That is true.
Anyway, we don't know what the photo was because that disappears.
No, it was donuts because you said do you need help eating those or finishing all those or something? Because I had gotten like a 6-pack. I'd gotten a 6-pack of donuts.
6-pack of donuts.
And obviously I wasn't going to eat them all. Yeah. I think that was like your intro line.
Mm-hmm. It was definitely like, do you need help eating those? Because I have that still saved.
Yeah.
Like, that's still there.
Yeah. But the photo is long gone.
Yeah. R.I.P. the photo.
Do you need help eating that?
Definitely food related though, because, But then we just kind of struck up a conversation.
Yeah, kind of hit it off. And then our first date was kind of is it considered it's not a blind date, right?
I think a blind date is when someone sets you up with someone, but you don't really know what you're getting. Like, at least I kind of knew what I was getting. Right. Like, I knew what you looked like. Granted, I didn't know if you were catfishing me, but...
Blind date would be like, you actually don't know what they look like.
Yeah.
Or it's like, you're only allowed to go on them if you happen to be blind.
Oh, I didn't know it worked that way.
Well, welcome to 2021.
You learn something new every day.
I got it right, though. At least I remembered it was 2021. Unlike on all of my medical paperwork I just filled out. I finally did an adult thing and acquired a primary care physician. And for whatever reason, when I was doing kind of like my nightly whiskey tastings, I started writing the dates as 2020, as one does at the turn of a year. But somehow it turned in from January to June, and I was writing like June something 2020. And then that somehow carried over to going to the doctor and signed all of my like new patient records as June 2020.
It's going to be really confusing for them when they go back in and look at it.
Like, wait, I swear he was just here last week.
Yeah, how long?
This says a year ago.
How long has he been a patient here? That's okay. I tried to write 1990 something the other day on a piece of paper, and that was not correct at all. It hasn't been the 1990s in a long time.
In most of your life.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I must have been filling something out with my birthday right before.
Right.
And, I has like the 19 in front of it, and then.
Yeah. So you're a 90s baby technically, right?
Yeah. Conceived in the 80s, but technically born in the 90s. Just barely.
Yeah. Wait, so your parents probably had you mid. Oh no. Oh, good for you, Siri. Siri's talking to us. Siri really wants us to know what 90s kids are.
She's listening. She's still listening. Nope.
She's listening. Shut up, Siri.
Stop saying
Shut
her
up,
name.
Siri.
Stop saying her name.
I haven't even set that up. I don't even know how that's happening.
It's just set up automatically so that Apple can spy on you.
Yes.
And listen to you constantly.
Also accurate.
Anybody who has we don't want to say the Amazon Home related name
device,
because she will talk to us. But
starts with an A.
Yeah, we'll say that name. I have friends who have that name, and we'll talk about them in the house.
Yeah.
And then boop, 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 she'll go, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. And I'm like, bitch, it wasn't for you.
You weren't supposed to.
She definitely listens to us have sex.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, that's how the technology works, right? Otherwise, it wouldn't hear you say, Alexa, because it has to be listening to hear that.
It does.
So obviously, it's constantly listening, right?
Terrifying. The worst part is when she starts suggesting things that we haven't ordered in a while.
Yeah.
Or she'll be like, I can try to exercise more control over your life by helping you set a daily schedule and an alarm. And I can warn you of the time. I'm like, no. I want you to answer the questions for me when I ask them and then shut up otherwise.
I heard your coffee machine go on approximately 96 times. Do you need more coffee? Like, can you not?
Yeah, terrifying.
But also radically convenient.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I wouldn't give it up because it's nice to be able to have that option or to know when like a package is arriving or when it has arrived. Although usually Lola, our dog, one of our dogs, is pretty good at alerting us to anything that moves outside the house.
Right. Even in the neighborhood, not even necessarily near our house.
Yeah. Neighbor pulls up the car like across the street and she's like, woo, 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 woo. Thank you.
Yes, well done. Yeah, my boomer of a mother had one of the Alexas that had the video screen on it.
Oh.
And so like she would turn it away from like her in the kitchen. It's like she wanted it because like so she could like pull up like recipes and stuff. It's basically like a small iPad built into an Alexa. But so she would take it and then like face the camera away because she was like paranoid that like Jeff Bezos was watching her cook or something.
Sounds better than my family members who a lot of them have tape over the screens of their or the cameras.
That's just good security.
All right.
That's just smart.
You never know who could be watching, who could be listening in.
No one knows.
Yeah. Does anyone really? I wonder sometimes. I'm like, does anyone really care that much about what I am doing or what I have to say? Like,
I would hope so.
I mean, okay, but I mean, like somebody who's gonna hack my info.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you'd be surprised what companies find valuable.
Oh yeah, I mean, information for sure.
Yeah,
I try not to click on ads. I always like don't want a personalized ad experience. I do only the strictly necessary cookies.
Yeah.
So
like chocolate chip and
snickerdoodle,
like
but only the chewy
nut.
kind.
Right.
Yeah.
What's like is there a bad cookie? What's a bad cookie?
Oatmeal raisin.
True.
Although I know that's controversial.
It's like a R-worded chocolate chip cookie. Chocolate chip cookie?
Yeah.
Chocolate chip cookie.
Chocolate chip cookie. I'll do oatmeal chocolate chip because I like the oatmeal. I just don't like raisins.
Oh, weird. That's an even worse.
Worse than oatmeal raisin?
What's like a fake? It's like it's really trying to be a fake chocolate chip cookie. Like at least a raisin is different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's its own thing kind of.
Yeah. But I like the texture of oatmeal in a cookie.
It's like Aeropostale, right? It's like oatmeal raisin is Aeropostale and a chocolate chip cookie is like Abercrombie, right? I'm trying to think of like old shitty mall stores.
Aeropostale, Abercrombie, Hollister.
Right.
American Eagle before American Eagle pivoted. American Eagle has done a great job.
What did they pivot to?
Of pivoting their brand multiple times. So when my mom was a kid, she told me that American Eagle was almost like an Outfitters kind of store where you go
like
buy
outdoorsy,
almost like
legit up.
Yeah, like a trendier Bass Pro Shop vibe. And then it pivoted to what we saw, I think, in like the 2000s, where you had the logo and the name written on everything,
Right,
the
the
tight
eagle.
shirts and the jeans. Yeah, the eagle.
The surf culture.
Surf culture. Yeah.
They pivoted to, I wouldn't say pivoted. That was obviously Hollister's thing. But like they definitely leaned into some kind of like the shaggy haircut brand.
And then when I worked there in college, they were kind of starting to come out of that. You could definitely find clothing that didn't have the logo and the brand name splashed across it. And now they remind me a lot of the clothing that you find at like Urban Outfitters or Free People, like very much
Like modern
kind of like
trendy.
Trendy, slightly boho kind of vibe. I mean, I have to applaud them because like who shops at Hollister anymore? And I'm pretty sure Aeropostale went out of business.
I didn't even think Hollister was still a store.
I
to be
think
completely
it's still
honest.
a store. I know Abercrombie and Fitch is still a store.
Yeah. I also just don't really spend a lot of time at malls, so I wouldn't know.
That's true. Yeah.
You'd have to go like search it out. How much stuff did you steal from American Eagle?
None, actually. I was not that kind of employee. Sorry. I know that's like pretty common, but just like that, it wasn't.
When I was a teenager, I worked at Hollister for like 6 months with one of my best friends. And I think I was 15 at the time, and you had to be 16 to work there, like legally.
And even then, there's all those like weird labor laws.
Right. And I just kept forgetting to bring my ID in like for 6 months. And I would say I probably stole a lot of stuff. I'm afraid to put a dollar amount to it.
Yeah.
Don't come after me, Hollister.
Has the statutes of limitations run out on that, or?
Yes. What's the statute of limitation for like
petty shoplifting?
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's passed.
Grand torn jean auto.
Yeah, no, I really, here's the thing. I really enjoyed and respected the manager who hired me. He eventually recruited me to work for another retail company, like moved me with him, and it was a much better job. So for that, it was kind of like, free stuff versus having a job that ended up turning into a full-time job with like great healthcare and stock options. And so it worked out in the end.
Yeah. I wonder what those stores are going through right now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there was already like this massive downtrend for like, box stores. I think,
big box stores.
Or like brick and mortar, like any physical location stores. But like now it got even worse with the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
Like it went off a cliff.
Well, somebody who still works in retail, albeit very, very sporadically and not a lot anymore. But I think mostly the mindset is just trying to weather the storm.
Yeah.
Just, we're trying to break even or not hit too much of a loss and see if we can get to the other side of this.
Yeah.
Because, I know that there has been a downtrend in, like going to a brick and mortar online is like the way to go. But there's definitely people out there who still enjoy shopping in person. And I think I'm curious to see what the pandy will do for that kind of in-person shopping, because so many people I think are going to be so desperate to just get out of the house and have a tangible physical experience,
right?
That they're probably tired of shopping online. I'm wondering, are we going to experience a mad rush? Are we going to experience kind of like a renaissance?
Yeah, it's like people realize how terrible online clothing shopping is specifically. Yeah. Like me, I can't buy anything online. It's a nightmare clothing wise.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't know about women's clothes, but like men's clothes, the sizing is so inconsistent. Like a small t-shirt at one store and a small t-shirt at another store can be drastically different sizes.
Yeah. I can only online shop if I know the brand I'm shopping. So I'm like, okay, I know I'm always a medium here. I know I'm always a small here. Because you're right, it does vary constantly. And then there are still certain things I can't buy, like jeans, shoes, out of the question. Like unless I have that pair of jeans and I just want it in another color.
Right.
There's no way.
Rebuying another one.
Yeah. I've worn this one out.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll just be happy when I can stop wearing a mask. Like the sooner we get the vaccines out, the better. Because as any fellow beard owner will tell you, masks are not conducive to the beard life. Okay. I've basically just resigned myself to living with a permanent beard dent is what I've grown to call it. I have basically just from the shape of the mask pushing on the beard, it's just like it's like when you wear like a baseball cap and you have long hair and you know how it like kind of flips out at the end and then you have that like ring behind your head. It's basically that, but below my chin. So like I've been contemplating, because like I'll see myself at work in the mirror, like washing my hands, and my beard is just like this underneath my mask, right? Because it gets pushed into like all kinds of crazy shapes. And I keep thinking to myself, like, this is how 99% of the world sees me now. Like, should I just like put my mask on at home and just take my clippers and just make like trim my beard to fit my mask rather than worrying about what it looks like when it's not on?
Yeah. I'm the only one who sees you, and even then I still see you with the dent in your beard.
Because you see like the come home version, right?
Yeah. I mean, I still think you're cute, but you've also had a shorter version of a beard before, so you can do it and you know you can pull it off.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I've actually never seen Curtis clean shaven. I've seen photos.
That is true. That is true.
But I have never seen you. You've had, you've cut it down pretty low before.
Yeah.
But
I did like the thick mustache there for a while. Like where I almost like trimmed this pretty short and then left like a big fluffy mustache for a while. I wasn't a fan.
I didn't mind it. I mean, like I said, I like your face. So I think you're cute kind of anyway. But
thank you.
Now, will you be cute with a mullet, though?
That's the real question. Speaking of men's grooming, what are your thoughts on mullets? Because me and a good friend of mine have been toying with the idea of just full bloat committing to mullets for a while. Yes. Full bloke. Bloke?
Blown. Full blown.
Full blown bloke.
Mm-hmm.
When you blow a bloke, you blow him fully.
You heard it here first. That photo he sent you, though, was almost like a mullet hawk, like a mullet mohawk. It was mullety, but then it still was a little thinner on the side and taller fashioned on the top. I liked it.
It was like it like blends back this way. I think like the key is to like make the like effectively the fade blend properly to the back.
Yeah. Now that I could get behind, because that's I take care of myself, I shower mullet versus, this just kind of happened and, I just, whatever. Nobody's told me to shave it off yet, mullet.
Right. Yeah. Like, or you just don't know that you probably shouldn't look like that.
Correct.
Mullet.
Yeah.
I had a mullet when I was a kid, actually.
You did?
Yeah. What? So it was like I would say it's a mullet. It was a hybrid mullet rat tail.
Ooh.
Like where it was like just the like from here down was long, but the rest of my hair was like one length.
I mean, that's like a true mullet there.
Yeah. But like I want the modern mullet with like the shaved sides and like the Patrick Kane, hockey guy.
Yeah. Stylish
or like
mullet.
Who's Eastbound and Down.
Mm-hmm.
The chubby, really funny guy.
Yeah.
Curly
or like
hair.
Theo Vaughn, his mullet.
Yeah, there you go.
His gender neutral haircut.
Yeah. I have erectile dysfunction right now.
I had been talking about a mullet because so Curtis mentioned that I was bald when we met.
Yep.
I had lost my hair to cancer, and we met right after that. So I still had no hair when we first started dating. That's how I know he really loves me, is that he likes me even with no hair. But I did a mohawk, and I was kind of like, oh, this is a great time for me to try, all the hairstyles that I would have never done had I not been going through this hair regrowth period.
Right. 50 Shades of Shae.
50 Shades of Shae. Yeah, 50 Shades of Shae. So I've thought about a mullet too. This shag bob I feel like is a nice transition into a mullet, but it's
a good It's like a mullet light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like you didn't fully commit to the mullet, but it's kind of the same shape though. At the end of the day, like
it would
how
need
you would
to
style it.
Be a little longer on the bottom, and then the top I think would need even like shorter layers.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I might transition into a mullet type. Look as well. We can be mullet.
We can go
together. We go together like mullet.
Oh man. Speaking of shedding, I think my husky might be fully tocked.
Fully tocked? No.
Because my dog sheds pre-winter.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make any sense. Like the whole point of like a dog's coat, you would think, would be to stay warm when it's cold outside. But my husky is like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going to shed in December, January.
Right before I need it.
Yes.
So I looked this up because we had discussed this a little. And I was like, wonder why that is. Is something wrong with her? Is there something that we need to be doing to keep her from shedding? And apparently I went balls deep on like the Husky owner forums.
What's to pull my blowing your coat.
Blowing your coat.
If you're gonna blow a bloke, blow a coat.
No, if you're gonna blow a bloke, blow him fully.
And then blow his coat.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know.
Sorry, go ahead.
So
they can't all be winners. Sometimes you shoot and you miss.
So Huskies just kind of tend to blow their coat whenever they want. And some people are saying they'll have multiple Huskies and one will blow, now, and the other one will blow, 2 months from now. So I think it's kind of just like depends on the cycle that the individual dog is on.
Mm.
You would think that, you know, it gets cold here where we live in this kind of January, February, March.
Yeah.
Like that's where we get the bulk of our snow, if it snows at all.
Right.
But
cold enough where they would need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. She blows it when she blows it. She's
Tell me
almost
about
done
it.
too. Almost done. Hey.
What? Speaking of bleeding, we also kind of had a double whamming. Our other dog, Lola, neither of my dogs are fixed, by the way, because I don't believe in that. Don't spay and neuter your kids or your dogs.
Or if your dogs are your kids, don't do that.
So our other dog, the lab, Lola, was also like going through her cycle, like while Katara, the Husky, started shedding. So like there would just be like blood droplets around the house with like hair stuck to them.
We have little like diapers that we wash.
Little doggy
put them
diapers.
on, yeah.
So cute.
I think once everyone's done with whatever they're doing, we'll do like a deep clean. But there's really no point in getting too, besides just like general maintenance, so it's not like a pigsty in here, but there's no point in doing a deep clean until they're both done with.
Yeah, fully out of the danger zone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we are going to need some more space soon because you are almost out of cabinet space over there.
That is true. I have quite the Huskys selection. And also the no, I feel like we just need to reappropriate this space.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah.
I think if we just like get rid of all your stupid plants,
No.
we can get rid of all your stupid plants. We can put whiskey here, and it'll be a much better use of that space.
The plants are good for us. Help keep the oxygen in the house nice and clean.
That's true.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I didn't realize how much I liked plants until you moved in.
Oh.
Like, it's like a nice, like, because I'm kind of like a minimalist at heart, right? Like I'm very much the kind of guy who's like, give me a chair and a TV or a table, and that's good enough. Like I don't need the word that you taught me, tchotchkes. I don't need like all the extra cluttery shit in my life. Like I'm very much like a bare minimums kind of person.
Yeah, I have one of it, and that's good enough for me. Meanwhile, I'm like, well, what if that one thing is in the wash, and maybe
and then I need
the other
a third one. And then,
and this one's got like a slightly different look to it, so maybe
it's
we
slightly
need
a different color.
I'm getting there. I'm getting better.
Yeah,
your minimalism is rubbing off on me, and I'm trying to purge a bit more.
I do like rubbing off on you. So, point being, the plants kind of fell into that category for me, where I'm like, I don't really need these. They're kind of just like making me feel stressed out by like filling up space in my house.
But you actually like them.
But yes, turns out I kind of like them a little bit.
Yeah.
But yes, I do have quite the whiskey collection going. I might need to make some plans.
Yeah, especially if you're going to keep trying to do this whole whiskey hunting.
Dude, it's insane.
It's the wild, wild west out here.
Growing up in the South, like growing up around Tennessee, Kentucky, like, and also I think the whiskey game's changed, right? Since I lived there last, but like finding anything in this area that's not just like normal shelfer, like Maker's Mark, Jack Daniels, like anything that's slightly rare, anything that's allocated, anything that's a special release, you have like a couple hours to find it before it's gone in this area. It's crazy.
You'll text me and be like, this thing just dropped. Can we go after work? And then an hour later, we'll be like, just kidding, it's gone.
Yeah, never mind. Never mind. Fuck you, Pennsylvania. Never mind. Now, I will say that is nice, though. Like, Pennsylvania and Virginia have, like, their online... Because I would say they probably get pretty small allocations relative to, like, you know, where I'm from. So... they have like an online portal where you can like see how many bottles of like certain things they have at any given location. And so like I literally, like for instance, just the other day, Virginia got its Blanton's drop. And I literally watched like 100 bottles go to zero in like an hour. I was like literally like texting Shae like, okay, they just got their drop. We should go. Like I'll leave work early. We can make the trip. We'll go to Tyson's Corner. We'll, go shopping or something. We'll make it like a
thing.
A trip.
We'll get dinner. Would it be something? Yeah.
Because like it's not that far, but like it's still a trip. Like especially during like rush hour
let's
times.
Just go down the street.
Yeah. And literally by the time she even responded, they were all gone.
Yeah.
It's like, well, never mind.
You need to start telling me about it the day before so I can clear my schedule.
Well, I don't know about it.
Oh.
I just kind of search it each day. Or like ones that I know about, like the Woodford one we talked about.
Tell me at the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
I'll clear my schedule. What's the point in having a housewife if she can't even go get you rare whiskeys? Come on.
That's what I'm saying. Now you're getting it.
Yeah, I know. I honestly don't mind. It's nice to leave the house. I was telling you this, that
it's
I
like
really...
an excuse to...
Yeah, just to get out. I mean, I work from home and for the most part, and I already get seasonal depression, but now on top of like the pandemic, there's literally nothing to look forward to, because usually that's what gets me through this time of year. Like I'll make plans, I'll have things going on, like I'll have an event to look forward to, or we'll plan a trip this time of year, or, even, stuff that we don't make a huge deal out of, but like Valentine's Day, or, we talked about our anniversary. Those kinds of things to look forward to get me through this period where like the depression just gets really bad.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like me not leaving the house at all is not helping that.
Right. Definitely doesn't help. No. It would be nice though if they would just like allow Maryland to ship alcohol. Like that would solve so many of the whiskey hunting problems anyways. Is like you can't get anything shipped that's alcohol in Maryland. Yeah. I mean, not that it's ever going to show up, because USPS apparently decided they just don't know how the mail works circa 2020.
They weren't prepared. They didn't have every holiday and all year to think, okay, people are probably going to be sending a lot of stuff this year.
Yeah.
Our tax dollars at work.
I really wonder what happened. Like, how did it get that bad? Like, we ordered
Aren't you still waiting on something too?
No, it just came finally. Okay. The last Christmas gift finally just came mid-January. But yeah, we ordered various Christmas presents to go to Nashville with, like early December.
Early.
Not like December 22nd, and it didn't come the 24th like it said it would. Like we ordered it weeks in advance, like 2-day shipping. And some of them didn't show up until like last week. Like took over a month. Yeah. Like what happened?
I don't understand. How? I still actually don't trust the USPS to send anything.
Yeah, now you shouldn't.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, well, because I mailed out a couple birthday cards the other day, and I was waiting to, my girlfriends are pretty good. Like, oh, I got your card in the mail, and I haven't heard from them. So I'm assuming that they just haven't arrived yet. It's not
pretty safe assumption.
I'm not sending it to, England. It's going a state or two away. It's not that far.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Don't trust it.
You can't trust it. Speaking of good 90s movies, did you ever see The Postman?
You keep doing this where we go speaking of, and it has literally nothing to do. All right, guys, help us.
Speaking of The Color
Purple.
Purple.
Some new transitions. Sorry, 90s movies, yes.
That is a great transition. Wait for it. Have you seen The Postman? A classic 90s Kevin Costner movie where he plays this like post-apocalyptic postman.
No, but that sounds like something you should watch.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. A lot of really interesting themes in it. It's got a good cast. It has horrible reviews, but it's actually a decent movie. So I think it might have been one of those that kind of got pushed aside due to the politics in Hollywood.
Well, I was going to say, does it have horrible reviews? Because when you look at a Rotten Tomatoes viewing, it's like you have the critics,
right,
and then you also have the general population. And sometimes those line up, and then other times they're vastly different.
Drastically different sometimes, yeah.
I usually go with general population because I do think that like, politics and
Right.
playing like this game,
The critics.
yeah,
The critics' review is much more sus.
And then you also look whenever I watch a movie trailer, and they usually kind of call out, different publications or critics, one-liners, they talk about the movie. Sometimes you look at them and they're all really vague, like amazing or great film.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, okay, like tell me a little bit more detail about what you enjoyed about it.
The quintessential horror film of the modern era. And you're like, I watched that. That was a terrible movie. Who are you? How are you paid to do this?
I could do a better job at this.
It was The Human Centipede. Not a good movie.
I can't even read. So I'm not a horror movie person. I can't even read the synopsis for that without going like, huh.
If you had to be one of the links in The Human Centipede, which would you be?
The first link. No, it's not you. Then I only have one thing sewn to me. If you're the middle, what link would you be?
I'm just not a selfish person, Shae. I'm a middler. Okay? I can give and receive.
Ugh. Yuck. So gross.
Oh, Jesus.
They got me when they started doing those, like all the sequels where they made, isn't like one of them where he goes to a prison and makes like the train of prisoners. It's like a ton.
Oh, a sequel to that same.
To Human Centipede.
I don't know. I only saw the original. I don't know if they like followed up with it. It's kind of like Sharknado. It's like once you've seen the first one, you get the idea.
Yeah. And none of it's really realistic at all. So you have to use some element of imagination to even go into the movie.
Yeah.
Blowing holes through your plot lines just left and right. And you're like, I don't know if that would really work.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? So did you finish Harry Potter or no?
I did. So my goal for this year was to read at least one book a month because I've spent, like I said, I think last episode when I was younger, I'm not kidding when I say 10 books. And, think you're 12, you have really nothing else to do during summer. You don't watch a lot of TV. I read a lot of books. Yeah. But, I finished Harry Potter. So my goal was to finish one book a month in 2021 because I had spent a number of years just not reading at all. And I got back into it kind of mid last year. I finished Deathly Hallows, start to finish, in the month of January.
Part 1 or part 2?
The whole book. Harry Potter and the Great Camping Trip, I like to call it.
Yes.
But I finished that whole book and I have started Hunger Games now. And I am guessing that I will finish the first 2 books by the end of January.
A volunteer's tribute.
Yeah.
With the Boy Scout logo.
Yeah. You gotta do the...
how did they just get away with that?
The Boy Scout logo?
That's the Boy Scout logo, right?
Is it Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts?
Either one. Maybe it's the same.
There's 2 fingers for one and it's 3 fingers for the other.
Oh. I'm pretty sure this one's the Boy Scouts with the 3 fingers. But like, how did like Hunger Games just like, this is...
Well, because they did this and then they kind of do like a weird
they kiss
like
it first.
salute. Yeah. I don't know.
Sounds made up.
I mean, it is. Imagine that.
Is it? Hunger Games?
Hunger Games? I mean, they're coming.
I thought that was a Great Depression era novella.
It's a commentary on our society and what it's going to turn into.
1931.
Well, before we get too far off the rails, maybe we should just wrap it up.
If we have to.
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.